A lot of stuff that came out within the last week. There's definitely not enough time to get to everything. The Spider-Man Homecoming trailer, I thought that looked really cool. It might have shown a little bit too much. I'm excited to see Robert Downey Jr. take on that mentor role. I'm really excited to see Tom Holland as Spider-Man. And then War for the Planet of the Apes. I actually like that trailer a little bit more than I like the Spider-Man trailer. Again, looks really epic. One of my most anticipated movies of the year. I don't think I'm going to do full videos on either one of those trailers, but those are just kind of brief summations of what I thought of each one. But I thought this news was kind of worth touching on. So it was announced a few days ago that Joss Whedon, the director of The Avengers, Age of Ultron, and also did Firefly and Serenity, is now attached to write and direct a Batgirl movie for the DC Extended Universe. And I've seen a lot of mixed thoughts on this so far, kind of where I'm at with it right now. There's two things running through my mind. One, the initial concept of having a Batgirl movie. If you would have asked me that 2 years ago, I would have been kind of like, no. And I've said on this channel before, I don't read a whole lot of comics, but I did read, there's this one Joker story, it's called Death of the Family, and Batgirl has a cool arc in it. Before I read that, I mainly knew Batgirl from Batman and Robin, but then I read that and I was like, whoa, Batgirl is awesome. Again, I still don't know a whole lot about Batgirl, but I feel like if they did a Batgirl movie, I would definitely be interested in seeing that, because I think Batgirl's a cool character, and as long as they don't have her have, sex with Batman, I think we're all good. But then the other part of that is the fact that Joss Whedon is writing and directing it. Now, if you just remove Avengers from the equation for a second, I think a Joss Whedon directed and written Batgirl movie would be really cool, especially given the fact that we already have Batman in this universe and they want to do a Nightwing movie. And if they did some crossovers, I think it would be really cool to see Batgirl and Nightwing and Batman all in the same movie together, having that Joss Whedon type of dialogue. And we know Joss Whedon can do action, we know he can do comic book movies, so that would all be really cool. But now we bring Marvel back into the equation. I mean, just hearing that, it's a little weird. It's like if George Lucas came out of retirement and he decided to direct Star Trek 4. But if Joss Whedon and Marvel didn't have the history that they have, and if it was just, oh, Joss Whedon, he directed Avengers 1 and 2, and now he's switching gears and he wants to work on Batgirl and see what Batgirl can do, I would be like, okay, yeah, that sounds cool. It's gonna be a bummer that he's not doing Avengers 3, but I'd be interested in seeing what he does with Batgirl. But you gotta think about it with the fact that Marvel and Joss Whedon, they had a bit of a falling out. If you guys don't know, there was a lot of behind the scenes issues on Age of Ultron. Joss Whedon was feeling a lot of pressure from Marvel. And yeah, they are doing a sequel to one of the biggest movies of all time, so there's definitely gonna be pressure there. But there was a lot of setup and build up and stuff that Joss Whedon didn't want to do that Marvel made him put into the movie. And then Age of Ultron being kind of the divisive movie that it was, Joss Whedon got a lot of flack. He ended up quitting Twitter. He kind of walked away from the whole Hollywood system for a little while. Now that I think about it, this is kind of like the first big thing we've heard of Joss Whedon since Age of Ultron. And I don't really have a stance on this. Like, I don't think Joss Whedon's doing this to get back at Marvel for anything, but it's just strange when you think about it. It's like Joss Whedon and Jon Favreau, those were the two that really jump-started the MCU, and Kevin Feige overseeing it all, and the other directors from Phase 1. But in like 2012, when you thought Joss Whedon, you thought Avengers, you thought Marvel. And since then, Marvel has kind of been given to people like the Russo brothers and James Gunn, and I'm sure Joss Whedon didn't grow up just reading Marvel comics. I'm sure he read a lot of DC as well. I guess I don't really know what I'm trying to say with this. This is just like one of the first big instances where we've seen a Marvel guy go over to DC. And that's talking about MCU versus DCEU. Like, we've seen people from the Sony Spider-Mans go over to DC, and then we've seen someone go from a Fox Marvel property to DC, then back to Fox Marvel. So crossing brands like this isn't anything out of the ordinary. It's just when it's such a big tentpole person like Joss Whedon, you kind of got to pull back and be like, is there a reason? Is there, obviously he wants to do a Batgirl movie, but is there anything else going on behind the scenes? I don't really know. Bottom line with the story though is that I am excited to see Joss Whedon do a Batgirl movie. I just think it's really fishy how he basically like jump-started Marvel and now he's off at DC. So with Joss Whedon directed Batgirl movie, what do you guys think about it? Are you excited? Are you not excited? Do you want to see a Batgirl movie? Do you think Joss Whedon's the right guy to do it? Do you think there is a little bit more going on under the surface? Whatever you think about all that, let me know down in the comments. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys liked it, you can click subscribe and check out some of my other videos, and I'll catch you guys next time.